I'm going to drop a couple bombs on the FD channel right now.
It's very flattering that people are calling us the West Coast Nationals. I don't think we're there yet.
Who are you rolling with?
I am rolling with FD.
I'm rolling with FD.
We are rolling with FD.
I feel like I see less patience in the hobby today. And I want to get your thoughts on it. When you hear of the large dollar amounts now around PMGs, what do you think?
What it takes for someone to spend that much money on any card.
Fanatics did something tonight I had never heard about. They have a lottery.
We got you on the line.
Oh my goodness, we're both on the line.
Hey, Nick, you got to let me know who you're rolling with.
I'm rolling with FD.
Hey, Tony and Oz, who you rolling with? And y'all...
You know we rolling with FD, baby.
Hey, Renee, who you rolling with?
Rolling with FD.
I don't think that the fact that they did Be Friends and Jackass is going to have any impact on how they treat sports cards.
So I asked you FD since we're rolling with FD.
Let's roll, man. What's up?
I never would have thought a little piece of cardboard would change my life the way it has in the last 4 years.
And the hobby is alive and well.
Alive and doing very well.
Alive and well.
You got to let people know who you rolling.
I'm rolling with FD.
Who you rolling?
I'm rolling with FD.
So go, Word.
I'm rolling with FD.
You got to let the people know who you're rolling with, man.
Well, obviously I'm rolling with FD.
Yo! November 1st. I'm so excited to be here. We didn't come on Monday, but we're here on Tuesday. And you all know we didn't come on Monday because we had to take some young people out, trick-or-treating. Get out and do something. We love probably right around the time we usually start the live. Hey, I appreciate the people that are here. And we got out and had some fun yesterday. But today we're here with Mike. Mike will be on here in a second. And we got a good conversation playing, people. How's everybody doing though? Everybody good? How was everybody's Halloween? Everybody have a good time? Let me know now because I really want to know. Let me know what you dressed up as. Let me know what your children dressed up as, your significant others dressed up as. Let me know. We had a blast though. Walked around, talked to some people we had never talked to before, picked up some candy. It was just cool. Took some pictures. And I always like events like Halloween and some other family events because it allows you to look back on those pictures later and be like, yeah, I remember when, remember when Junior, remember when G was. It allows you to look back onto that, which is real, real cool. James, what's up? What's up, FD? You dressed up for Halloween? I was Baby Groot for the kids. I was back in the day on a carton of milk, you would have a picture of someone lost. I was that. I don't think I have a picture. Let's see if I have a picture. So I can show you. Hopefully it shows up well. Yeah, this is me. Hopefully it shows up. Ooh. That's me. I was have you seen this face? That was me. That was my costume. But I want to let y'all know we got Mike in the house. Mike's going to come drop some information, give us his analysis on several things. And I'm excited to have him back here. And so everybody knows now, Mike is going to be back on a regular basis. But we chop it up and kind of talk about things in the hobby and the sports on a regular basis. So,
yeah.
Mike, what's up? You getting
What's
situated?
up, bro? Yes, sir. We good.
How you feeling? You good?
I am blessed. How about yourself, brother?
I'm doing well, sir. I am doing well. Slow money equals no
better
money.
Than no money.
Yeah.
I'd rather make something than nothing.
That's right. So, where you want to kick this thing off at, man? You want to talk about Brooklyn right quick?
We can start it off. Actually, I'm watching Brooklyn. They playing the Bulls tonight. Coincidence, right? I mean, I think it's about time. I don't know how you felt about Steve Nash getting the job initially. I was kind of with Stephen A. Are you a fan of First Take? I take it. Are you a fan of First Take?
First Take is cool.
Okay. So I mean, you obviously know how strongly Stephen A. felt about him having the job. I'm pretty sure I think it was other people that was more qualified to have the job besides him, But I understand, a head coach position comes into your lap, you got to take your coaching, three Hall of Famers really, because he had James, he had KD, and he's got Kyrie. So
let me ask you this though, Mike. So another thing about today, you go the whole season last year.
Yeah.
You go all the off season.
Yeah.
KD said you should be fired.
Yeah.
But we're gonna retain. I believe in my coach.
I mean, as an organization, you have to.
Oh, but I'm gonna retain him. And then what? 7 games into the season? Oh man,
he cut ties.
What is that?
I feel like they gave it a shot. They gave it another shot, and they saw what was happening. And obviously the chemistry. I think some of the lineups he has, man, I've seen this year already within 7 games. The way that they're playing, like I don't think Steve Nash was the right mind for those players.
Well, there was like an insider that said something. People never say names, but supposedly the reason was his defenses that he put together or how he coached defense could be better.
Of course.
And he had a team of scorers, but his defense just not great.
Well, but at the same time, Steve Nash was not a defensive-minded player. You know what I mean?
You want me to make some predictions for Brooklyn?
Say that again?
You want me to make some predictions right quick for Brooklyn?
I'm listening.
Not going anywhere. Won't do anything, especially if they bring in Ime. Never going anywhere, man.
Yeah. I mean, they still need some pieces. The nucleus is definitely solid. They still need some pieces. You need better bench. You need a solid, probably 2 to 3 big men at least. I think 2 more centers and a solid power forward. You guys need that at least. I don't think Claxton is that guy for you guys. You need a solid big man. You really need a true point guard. Kyrie is not a true point guard. I think that makes a big difference as well too.
Speak on it. Ooh.
I mean, Kyrie's not. He's just short.
He's not a point guard.
Yeah, he's not a point. He's just short. He's just 6 feet tall. Like, where else I'm going to put you?
Mm-hmm.
But he's not a point guard. He's not a point guard. He's just short. Same thing with Steph. Like, Steph isn't a point guard.
No, we disagree on that now.
I mean,
we disagree on that, man. There's no comparison between Steph Curry and Kyrie Irving. There's zero comparison, sir. You, Mike, you know this. Come on now.
Why do you say that? I'm curious.
Steph overall, to me, plays better defense. He passes the ball. He's been committing himself to passing the ball. You been watching games this year, Mike?
I've been watching the games.
You watching Steph like 20 times?
I get this year after, after 14 years in the league.
Last year, he was throwing downs in the finals.
I don't think Curry's ever averaged more than like 6 or 7 assists a game.
He doesn't need to.
Either way, I feel like I get where you're coming from, but either way, I feel like neither one of them are true point guards.
I can respect it.
Okay, like Chris Paul is a true. When I think of a point guard, I think Chris Paul, a true point guard.
Interesting. I don't think of Chris Paul too much of anything.
Why do you say that?
He makes the teams worse when he goes to the playoffs, man. Every time he goes to the playoffs, the teams are worse and worse and worse.
I think that's more so of injury. I feel like every time he's in the playoffs, he gets hurt.
Okay. There's some other players like that too. That's younger than Chris Paul, but that's probably the case.
Yeah,
I mean, to me, that's a deciding factor between being a good player and greatness.
Mm-hmm.
When you get to the playoffs, what happens? Are you hurt? Or do you elevate your game? Were you averaging 17 points in the regular season? Now you're averaging 13, 14?
Right.
And that's how people make their steps.
I mean, of course, that's how you gauge greatness. Of course.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Chris Paul, to me, is a guy who has been around for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I think the other day he threw his 13,000 assists. He had some crazy number he just put up the other day because he's been around so long.
Agree, yeah. But I mean, he's been a 20-10 guy almost his whole career.
Yep, doesn't score that in the playoffs though. Doesn't throw that in the playoffs.
he's still putting up those same numbers, if not better numbers in the playoffs. I can't take that away from him. You know, I'm a James Harden fan, so
that's another guy. That's another.
I mean, don't do that. Let's not talk about James.
Let me play something for you real quick. I didn't know you was a James Harden guy.
Yeah, James Harden's my favorite player. Next to Derrick Rose. I mean, Derrick Rose is always going to be my favorite player.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
Next to him is James Harden.
We connect. I don't have anything to say about Derrick Rose.
Yeah,
Derrick Rose was
the greatest point guard in his prime.
Legit,
man.
Legit. But let me play you something KG said today.
Okay.
Talking about your boy James Harden.
Go ahead.
I just saw this about an hour ago. This is on his podcast.
Okay.
They're a slow start. I just think they need to play faster. I think the pace is way too
Paul
slow.
Pierce
Name one team that's played fast with James Harden at the one. Oh man, I'm talking about he's played on the slowest paced teams since he's been. He can't James Harden. You only can play based on what you have as a team. So you're asking Tobias Harris, PJ Tucker, James Harden to become faster players.
Right.
How do they adjust their games to the modern? That's where we at. That's where we at, P. The pace that the league is playing, Golden State create this shit. Phoenix does a great job of emulating this shit when they're on top of their shit. You got to have some youth to do that, though. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Tyrese, man.
That's the truth.
I agree 110%. But like you said, you got to have some youth. I mean, between Tobias, between Embiid, between Harden, like the only one that's young that's on that squad is Tyrese.
Maxi's nice.
Yeah, I mean he's fair. I think I need more out of Maxi. Like I need you to average 30 a night. I
agree.
You know, I need that.
You know what I like, Mike? I like the fact that a lot of people these younger players, they want to crown them. You come out, you got a 25-point. Oh man, this guy. No, you got to do that. Night in, night out. You got to do that when they make adjustments. Exactly. You got to do that when you a Derrick Rose and they pull a 6'8" guy out and you play defense. You got to do that.
Right.
You can't just crown people real quick.
Right. It's instant gratification, though.
I think that's the difference today, man.
Yeah, I agree. 100%.
You know, we talk about. Go ahead.
But James is one of the top 5 players in the league, though. We can agree to that.
I don't agree with that. At one point, yeah, not now.
He's still giving me 35, 8, and 9 a night.
You ever watch that game on Price is Right? You ever watch Price is Right back in the day? Remember that game where the guy was like walking up the mountain? I don't know what the name of the game was.
Yeah.
Like walking up. James Harden is walking down the mountain. He's on the other side, man.
That's messed up, man.
You know Harden is. Come on now. You know Harden is not. You talking about 9 in and 9 out. Like, I've been watching the 76ers. I've committed myself to watching more basketball early this year than I've ever watched. So I've already seen like 3 or 4 76er games.
And he's been balling out.
He's been picking and choosing when he wants to really get after something. Last night? No, seriously. What was it? Last night, the last game they played?
He played
James Harden balled out.
Yeah, 2017.
Yeah, bro, he balled out.
But he's been averaging double. He's been averaging a double-double for like the last 3 or 4 years. He's been giving people 30 and 25 and 12, 25 and 10. Even last year, they said it was an awful year. He was averaging 22 and 10.
Yeah, but what's the shooting percentage?
I mean, probably shooting like mid-40s, like mid-30s in the threes, but that's fair. If you're shooting 35 from the 3, 34% from the 3, that's fair. It's not great, you know what I mean? But that's fair. It's better than 28 or 30%, you know what I mean? If you're shooting 45%, 46, 44% from the field, that's still good. Nobody really shoots unless you're a center or a power forward. You're shooting 50, 60% from the field.
So let me ask you this. Do you think the 76ers can really get something done in the playoffs with James Harden as that point guard?
Yes.
You think so?
But you need a better bench. So our teams are top-loaded when they're in their starting 5. No one really has a solid out. The Warriors have a the Bucks have a solid, you know, even I was Bulls, you know, I don't think the Bulls are doing much, but they still have a solid bench. You know what I'm saying? Like certain teams are so built. Like I was to some shop today, like you have teams that are built for the season, then you have teams that are teams. When you have teams that are starting fives or top heavy, and you don't have a bench, you're for the season. When you have a bench and you can go 7, 8, 9 men deep during the playoffs at any given series, that makes you very dangerous. You understand what I'm saying? And a lot of teams aren't built like that.
So now when I hear that, it goes right back to the Memphis Grizzlies.
That another team, they have a solid team, a solid starting five, and they have a solid bench.
So why is Ja so much of the scoring percentage?
I think Desmond Bain.
You think what he's doing for the last 82 games in the playoffs?
No, he's got to have help. But at the same time, Desmond didn't play last night. So if Desmond was there, he would have had a little bit more of the scoring load. Dylan, I think, didn't really have a good game, but Dylan's a good scoring option. Triple, you know what I mean? So I think it's a good game, though.
Knee back issues.
Yeah.
He's walking around with a back warmer on the whole game, especially when he's on the bench.
Facts.
That's not going away.
Nah, it's going to get up and get worse.
That's the problem he had last year in the playoffs, too.
Yeah.
He tried to grit it through because Ja wasn't there, which I admired in him. But I think that's going to compromise Desmond Bain's career.
I agree. I mean, Scotty had the same issue, you know?
Yeah, Scotty had it late, though. Scotty had ball for years.
Yeah, I feel you.
He got that in like the 5th, 6th championship. Yep.
That's fair.
And then he really had it when he went to Portland. I tell people all the time, man, when Kobe crossed him over, at the top, Scotty had a bad back, man.
Man, if that was old Scotty, never would happen.
Kobe's not crossing young Scotty over like that.
No. But I mean, Scotty in Portland literally was an old man.
Old man, bro.
He was old, and he still got to the Western Conference. He still got to the Western Conference. You know, people. I mean, that's a whole nother story, man. Scotty is so underrated. That's a whole nother story. But yeah, much respect to Scottie Pippen.
So this says USA Sports Marketing has. I saw this. J. Poo's signatures for cars, no rookie cars, for $199, and people have to email to get a spot. What are your thoughts? Worth it? I think it's worth it. I know a friend who sent in to USA Sports Marketing for Steph Curry's last time. Just got his stuff back. I think it's worth it.
Mm.
If you want a Pool signature, I think they're doing one with what's the kid from Miami? They're doing a signing with him. The one that shoots the threes.
Duncan?
No, the other guy. Yeah, Hero. Hero, they're doing a signing with, and they're doing one with Wiggins. I think it's worth it if you want. I think they want to email in, probably from a logistical standpoint, but I think it's worth it, James.
I like Wiggins.
And they're out of the Bay Area, so. And they've done stuff with Guerrero Jr. and several other players. So, they have players coming in, coming out.
Okay.
Phoenix Rising says, "What's up, y'all? What's up, FD? Good to have you here."
What's going on?
Phoenix Rising. Let me ask you this question I've been asking people lately.
What's up?
My man Reverend Rips the other day. Do you think Luka Doncic can ever win a championship?
Yes, and we talked about this a little bit. We was in Delmar. Remember the conversation?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, I think he will definitely win a championship. Obviously, he needs help. We were talking about teams being built, built for the actual champion playoffs, and I think team that really has no help has gotten to the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it really hasn't done too much, but he's definitely gotten to the playoffs and performed. But he is somebody that I hope Mark Cuban can get the right pieces around him, and you don't waste his talent and waste his youth, because he's a baller. He's a baller.
He's been playing since he was like 13, 14 years old.
Yeah, of course.
So his body age might be a little older.
Yeah, but he's still.
And I've been watching games. I don't know if he's playing around, but every other shot attempt, he's on the ground holding his ankle or holding something or seeming like he's hurt. And, man, he could be playing possum.
Yeah, he could be. I don't doubt his body's banged up. He already been playing professional ball for 10 years, technically. You know. But at the
I
end of
just
the day,
wonder, a guy like that, if he never
yeah.
wins a championship, what does that mean?
Charles Barkley.
Mm-hmm.
You're still great. You just didn't win.
But you know, right?
You got,
you know, right now in the hobby though, like we cross over, we start talking hobby. Luka Doncic is like he's representing basketball right now.
I think so.
His cards are hot.
I agree, but I mean, the kid is a stud. Like he is a baller. You know what I mean? He's a winner. You know what I'm saying? Like, but he does. I mean, he has nobody to help him.
None. And they got rid of
like zero. Like you don't have any help at all, and you still performing. Like, so imagine if he had a Kyrie or a KD, or Klay Thompson, an Ant-Man. You understand what I'm saying? If you had just a little bit of help, give that man a solid big man and see what you do with the pick and roll game. Like, come on, bro.
It's gonna be interesting, Mike.
We'll see. He might have to get traded or leave. You know.
Now, what do you think? What do you think about his how he holds the ball? We just played this clip from KG talking about Harden and the pace of the game. Like Luka has to speed up what he's doing.
I say this. I get it 110%. The pace of the game, as far as the Warriors, the pace of the game is different. But I think everybody has to pick their own speed. No, don't get me wrong. Through the course of the game, it's going to go up and down. Sometimes you might just get ran off the court. You understand what I'm saying? But I can never tell anybody the performance and the numbers that Luka puts up. He's doing that at his speed. You understand what I'm saying? So, and it's been effective. So I can't sit here and say that he should speed up what he's doing. Same thing with James Harden. You should speed up what you're doing because it has worked, but you guys just haven't been on the right teams for it to really, I feel like, blossom the way that it needs to blossom. Like James almost had it when he was in Houston, but then Chris Paul got hurt. Like what would have happened if Chris Paul didn't get hurt? They was up in the series. You understand what I'm saying? And playing the same tempo. I think it's more so the team. You need to build the right team, not necessarily a pace. Because do you think the Bucks really run fast-paced basketball? Do you think so? And they won 2 years ago. I don't think the Lakers really run fast-paced basketball, and they won years ago. Understand what I'm saying? Even when LeBron James won 2016 against the Warriors, I don't really think that was fast-paced basketball either, to me. But I could be wrong.
I get your point. You know, with the Lakers, I would say the bubble, anything happened in the bubble. I would say that if you ask AD to play 82 games a year, Lakers not winning that championship.
I feel like a lot of players don't play 82 games a year.
Well, I'm just saying full season. Like,
no, I feel
definitely AD does not play 82. He doesn't even play anything close. This year, right. I haven't predicted a playing under 50.
And that's fair load management. That's fair. I mean, LeBron only played 82 games like one time. All the other times he was like, 65, 70. So, and never had any major injuries. So you really the same thing, load management. So I don't think there's anything wrong with doing load management at all.
Let's say you bought a ticket to a game.
Yeah.
2.5 months before the game.
Okay.
You get to the game. James Harden's not playing tonight.
Okay.
What do you think?
I'm enjoying the game.
You traveled. You may have flown. You want to see that finished product.
110%. But guess what? I'm still going to enjoy the game because I'm a basketball fan.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? Like anybody that has played, even I mean, you play college ball. So imagine taking that to the next level. Being professional, like you need a break sometimes, man. Like that's a lot on your body, up and down the court. That's a lot. That's I
don't know how basketball
in a short amount of time. In a short amount of time, that's a lot. You know, and
some
people
you hear Golden State, you hear all these teams saying, "Hey, I'm just trying to get my legs under." at the beginning of the season. I'm trying to get
Let
you
me
some
ask. We was talking about Derrick Rose earlier. What if Derrick Rose low management? Would have got hurt?
May not have.
Just saying. I'm just saying.
It's interesting to think about. I think I don't know. You know, there was many years though where Michael Jordan was Bulls were up. Mike didn't even play fourth quarter. So I don't know. Especially that 96, 97, those 3 years, 98. Wasn't doing that. That's why when people compare him to LeBron on certain things, it's like Mike wasn't even playing.
Right.
And he wasn't worried about, oh, do I get 26 tonight or do I go for 40? Wasn't worried about that.
He probably already had 40 though. That's the thing. Like in 3 quarters, I probably already had 35, 40 points. Yeah. So it's like, all right, we already up 20, so it's whatever. I got 45, whatever. But see, I feel like that's a type of load management. Like we up 15, 20 points, just chill the fourth. Or only play 2-3 minutes in the fourth. We don't really need you. I'm gonna put you early in the third.
What I've learned though is that the Lakers have taken it to another level where they'll say that someone is mending this.
Mm-hmm.
To, like keep that. I think to keep that talk and that chatter down.
Yeah.
Like AD did an interview after their first win.
Mm-hmm.
Sitting in a chair, courtside, like sitting in a chair, man, talking about his back was tight. That's not gonna work, bro. That's not working the whole season. That's not working. So now you take AD out and it's LeBron first unit, Russ second unit.
Well, but see, like I said, I think now they're not built for the playoffs. When they had when they had JaVale McGee, you had Dwight Howard, you had
Morris.
AD. AD, you can sit out for 2-3 games because I got these 2 big 7-footers. Y'all do what he did. You feel what I'm saying? And I just keep rotating, but it's like you let them go. Like you had the right roster to get you to the ship because y'all know AD is a liability. He's going to get hurt. You know what I mean? So and that's what I'm saying. Like same thing with Embiid. Like you gotta have some extra backup for these cats. You can't expect these cats to give you this for 82 games and last in the playoffs. You can't.
Why do you think Embiid? So Embiid, I can think of certain people. AD. Why do you think these big guys like to shoot the jumper instead of getting down in the paint?
I think it's more of a finesse game now. It's not really a bang bang game. You know, that's why I respect Giannis because he's still a typical big man. Like he can't really shoot outside. He takes them, but he can't really shoot. So he's giving you everything in the paint, which I feel like you should at 6'11", 7 foot, 280, 270. But I mean, some of these cats are more finesse. Like you can tell AD is always been more finesse than banging down low. But the thing is with Embiid is kind of that hybrid. He can give it to you down low, but he can step out and shoot the 3. You know, but
and so what does Jokic come into that mix? Because he can do
Joker.
Yeah,
he's somebody. I'm like Joker is the best big man in the league, hands down.
I think so,
hands down. He's what AD really should be.
But you know, Joker won't get that respect though, right? People
no for whatever that reason is. For like how Luka is so crazy right now with his prices and the hype. I guess maybe the market. I don't know, but for Joker to like not get the respect that he deserves at all, to be a back-to-back MVP, put up some numbers that he puts up, and you talk about somebody that has really no help on their team to get them at least to the playoffs and content contention.
Still not himself. Jamal Murray still. No.
But I mean, you can't. He's towards ACL. You can't expect him to be what he was.
You cannot.
You know, he's still trying to get confidence in his knee.
That's right.
That's how I feel about with Derrick Rose. Like that's why Derrick took so long, because it's like when you tear something, bro, like it. You know, I don't know if you ever tore something. Like I've tore my shoulder. Like I don't bench press like I used to. You know what I mean?
Really don't need to, though, Mike. It's really don't need to.
No, I feel you. But
I know a guy. I went to a camp. I went to a camp when I was in high school. The Bears had a good wide receiver. I can't remember his name right now. He tore up both of his shoulders.
Yeah.
In college. Never bench press, man. And he used to talk about that. Like, he used to do other stuff, but he never bench press.
Bench press.
Now, people don't realize how much strain that puts on certain
On your shoulder. Yeah, facts.
Especially
Even,
if you got so much
even
weight.
a shoulder press.
Yeah, bro.
Even shoulder press. Like I'm very. I don't go too heavy when I do a shoulder press. You know.
Especially if
and
you're in the
that's
gym.
what
People curl their spine to do a shoulder press. That's putting a lot.
That's a bad form. It's bad form.
I always tell people in the gym, and they don't want to listen. Just lower that weight and work on that form.
Work on the form and get the reps right.
It'll come. And you see people curling, doing this, like,
yeah.
Funny how that works.
He said, "Nah, man. Nah, man.
People don't want to listen to that. They want to put that weight up.
Nah. Technique is
so. Let's talk about shows. Let's talk about shows real quick.
What's up?
Now you better go to Dallas.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What are you looking for in Dallas? And what do you think the experience is about to be in Dallas?
Well, Dallas is always a great show. Mm-hmm. It's probably probably top 2, top 3 shows in the country. But that's the second question. First question, what I'm buying. I think I'm definitely looking for Ant-Man. I think Ant-Man's moving really good in the room. I think Josh Allen, Hurts is moving in the room. I like the trade with not Justin Fields, with Claypool, with the Bears getting Claypool. Yeah, he got I think it was a 3rd round pick. I think it was a 3rd round pick they traded for him.
You think Claypool's going to produce with the Bears though? I
think he's going to be what Justin Fields needs at the moment for right now. And you need a certified weapon. I'm not saying Claypool is the top receiver. I'm not saying that at all. But you have no weapons as of right now. You feel me? So at least he gives you hope. This is hope, and I'll take the hope over what we have.
I was actually shocked today when I saw this.
I think it's fair though. It's a fair trade.
I think so too. I think it's going to help him out. I just think Claypool is going to take him prior to next year.
Mm-hmm.
Later, who else are they add is my question. Because if you want that guy Claypool, you can't stop now.
Right, you got to get some. You got to have to get more weapons.
Yeah,
and I'm glad we're on here. So this is being recorded. The same thing I said about Jalen Hurts last year, I'm gonna say about Justin Fields. I felt that Jalen Hurts was going to have a good year. 1, with him getting his boy from college last year when they drafted him.
Mm-hmm.
And then 2, I saw how much they were actually building around him and getting him weapons.
Well, Brown.
Exactly, in the offseason. So now you've got your Reggie Wayne, and you got your oh my God, I'm forgetting his name. Reggie Wayne, who was on the opposite side of the ball in Indy.
Hall of Famer.
Oh my God, Marvin Harrison. I'm so disrespectful. Marvin Harrison. So disrespectful. I'm sorry.
Problems in Wisconsin right now too. Go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what you need when you're playing football. You need one. You don't want somebody that can get double. You got somebody that they got to respect both of them on each side of the ball. So I think with you having a weapon like Claypool, that's a start. I'm not saying it's a finish by any means. It's a start. And like you said, you just got to build off of that.
So let's talk about shows overall. There's a lot going on. I know I'm in California. I went and got gas last night after some trick or treating.
Yeah,
$6.19 for a regular.
I'm sorry.
What's the gas price in Atlanta?
$2.99. That's fair.
$2.99.
$2.99. I paid $2.99 today. I told my girl that. I'm like, hey, it's $2.99.
Bro, I got gas last night, $6.19 for regular.
That's a lot, bro.
And now if you go up to the Bay Area, it's even more than that.
It's even more, yeah.
So I'm just giving that as an example. Not trying to make a political statement or anything. I'm just giving that as an example of a lot of people have responsibilities, man. They got to get to work. They got to get around. They got to buy groceries. You go in the grocery store now, $100 doesn't get you far with groceries.
Right.
How's all this affecting head count and people walking in and out of shows. I always wonder this.
You definitely notice a decrease in traffic. That is 100%. Especially these last few shows. Like I was in Nashville this weekend, and
how was that?
It was a fair show. It's not a bad show. It wasn't a bad show.
I've always heard good things about that show.
Yeah, it was just more dealer to dealer deals than it was like actual foot traffic. But which is cool because it was like 770 tables, so it was more than enough deals on the table to find something and make something happen. Obviously, you know, a show like that, like Dallas, table wise, is roughly that number, that 650 to 800, like in that realm.
Mm-hmm.
But Dallas always has crazy foot traffic, which makes it the difference, right?
So do you think that's because I've never been in Dallas, but just thinking, you think that's because if you do 3 hours around Dallas,
mm-hmm.
how many shows are there? Do you think that's you're drawing people because they don't have a show right by them, and so they say, "I'm going to go to Dallas."
Yeah. I think that too. I think, like, especially with Cali, I feel like there's a lot of trade nights during the week, and there's like little small shows everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want to say it's like saturated, but it's a lot of options. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like you don't have to actually leave Cali to get something done. You know what I'm saying?
Like I have a friend that lives in Arkansas that drove from Arkansas to Dallas.
Yeah.
Once or twice.
Mm-hmm.
Like he saw Mojo, he saw some other people.
Yeah.
But that's like a destination. Now he has some real smaller shows around him,
right.
But he doesn't see the kind of cars or the variety of stuff that he sees when he goes to Dallas.
Of course, but Dallas is like I said, that's like a mini national.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like anybody who's anybody, if you're trying to make something happen, you're trying to sell something. If it's a card you can't find, it's walking through Dallas. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's the cash cow. That's what I say. I tell everybody, Dallas is the cash cow. If you've been holding cards for the last 2 to 3 weeks, 2-3 months, whatever, because Dallas is every other month. That's where you go to get cashed out.
Do you go like every other month to Dallas?
Yeah, I do. I hit every Dallas. I missed 3 Dallases ago because I went to Nashville. I would never do it again.
Okay. So when you go to a market like Nashville,
and
then I'll ask something about the Joker later. When you go to Nashville, like who are is it some of the players we've already named?
Mm-hmm.
Some of the most prominent players on tables?
Yeah, 110%. 110%. I think maybe more of the lower end of those players would move better.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Compared to the higher end, 110%. Where like in Dallas, all spectrums are filled, low, mid, and high. You can move everything. So
interesting. I have aspirations to get to Dallas in 2023 at some point.
You should.
I want to come check that out.
You should. And it's the culture, bro. Like it's just like with Cali, like with Del Mar, when you see everybody, it's the same thing. And then the food as well too. They always got great food with the food trucks. You know what I mean? Okay. So shout out to my boy Bang. Two Rows. It's a restaurant that we always go to when we're out there. We always go to Two Rows. So shout out to him.
All right. I'll definitely let you know, Mike, when we make that voyage.
Let me know. And the trade nights, bro. The trade. Oh my god.
That's what I heard. I've heard.
Trade nights is crazy. Crazy. Trade night. That's where the magic happens, right? It's the trade nights, man. That's where the magic happens. It's the trade nights. 110%.
Are you finding that when you're out? These are some questions I'm just thinking about now.
Yeah, just let me know.
That trade nights are becoming stronger and stronger and stronger over time.
Depending on which ones. Like I went to the trade night this weekend in Nashville, and it really wasn't too crazy. I think it depends on the show. Like Dallas, trade nights are always crazy. Del Mar, I feel like trade nights are always crazy. I'm trying to think some other shows. Definitely Culture Collision trade nights are always bonkers, like crazy shows.
I heard good things about that trade night.
Yeah, trade night is like crazy. It's like it's up there with Dallas. Like it's equivalent to Dallas at Culture Collision. It's like equivalent to it. So yeah, I think depending on the show, it's always expected, like Dallas, Culture Collision, Del Mar, Burbank, like those shows are always like, okay, they're always going to have a good trade night because it's always a good traffic of people going to those shows.
Have you sold a card where you thought, I don't know, 6 months, a year later, man, I wish I at least kept that a little longer?
I bought a Josh Allen National Treasures RA Colossal number 20, like
Hold on, it was number
$1,400 in the offseason.
Hold up, you're kind of breaking up. I'll make sure I get this. It was number to what? National Treasure is a number to what?
25.
And you got it for 1,400?
14.
Was it graded? Did you get a like?
It was raw. It was raw. It was raw.
Okay.
It was raw. If I had that card now, man, that's one of them. Like, I wish I would have held that at least to the season. You know,
That's
at least week 3, week 4.
Card.
You know
the
what
way
I
he's
mean?
playing, you can hold it probably throughout this whole season.
Exactly.
He's playing. Right
like
now.
That's a card that I should have graded. And I sold it to a guy. He graded it. It came back a PSA 9. So,
wow, that's a card, man.
You know, like that's a card that I wish I held. You know, I mean, boss, I could go down the line.
I know you've seen. I know that's why I wanted to ask us. Take your time because I know you've seen stuff.
Man, I'm trying to think what else, brother. One that like really, really, really sticks out to me. Oh, I have bought a Stephen Curry Contenders number to 149 on car auto. It was sealed. I maybe bought that. I want to say that was like right before playoffs of last year. Maybe a month or so before playoffs. I only sold it for like $2,000. You know, like that's a card that I wish I would have kept, and it may not have went up too crazy because his prices didn't shoot up too crazy when he won. But still, that's a card that I wish I would have kept. You know what I mean? So
I know you see him.
Yeah.
That Josh Allen is wild.
Yeah, that's like, you know, Josh Allen is like probably my favorite quarterback right now. Like, I'm a huge Josh Allen guy. You know what I mean? I'm a huge Josh Allen guy. Like, that's a card that I really wish I would have kept. And got
the season shakes out, he could be making his way to. He could be opening the door to a lot of stuff for himself.
I agree.
If he can get something done this year, I always think when I think about the Bills, I always think about the Eagles, and that's going to be very interesting how that plays out. Because right now, if they played, that would be a heck of a game.
It would be.
Man, I don't know who will win that game.
But I will say this. I think Josh Allen is a way better quarterback, both sides, running and also throwing the ball than Hurts. I will say that.
Oh, yeah, probably so.
I will say that. And he has just the amount of weapons on that side of the ball that Hurts have. So I think it'd come down to defense.
So let me ask you this. We talked about Josh Allen and Hurts. They're doing well, right? Let me ask you this question because I've been wanting to get some real opinions on this. So at the beginning of the season, Trevor Lawrence.
Say it one more time.
Right? At the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
People talked about Trevor Lawrence.
Right.
Mac Jones.
Right.
Wilson from the Jets.
Right.
Mills from Houston.
Right.
Who else am I missing?
That was really it. I mean, they were talking about Fields, but not too heavy.
No, not too much.
Yeah.
So those four, they were really talking about.
Right.
All four of them are not having a good year.
I agree. But I think we expected that. I mean, Mac Jones too. Don't forget Mac Jones. They was talking heavy about Mac Jones too.
But I'm just gonna say, car prices weren't expecting that, Mike.
Nah.
Car prices was the real deal of Van Holyfield.
But I think you know, cars are always off the hype and not necessarily reality sometimes, especially when it's like preseason.
I agree.
So I think it was a lot of hype around them, especially with how they played last year and then like the little moves that their team made in the offseason. So it was a lot of hype. But I mean, in reality, I don't think Mills is really that guy. I think Mac Jones is a good quarterback, but he's a good quarterback in a great system.
agree.
But we will see how he performs. I'm not a Trevor Lawrence believer. I don't think he's terrible, but I don't think he's great.
Average quarterback.
Yeah, I would say average, like you said, like a Tony Romo. He's a Tony Romo.
He's not horrible.
No, but he's not
going to.
He's not upper echelon. No.
Like this past weekend, I mean, they went to London.
He didn't do anything. Same thing with Zach. Like I think Zach is he's an average quarterback. You're Tony Romo. Like none of these guys are great. None of them. You know. So I think it's just that draft class. Like I think same thing with Justin Fields. Like you're good, bro. I don't really think you can be great, but you're good. I feel like if the Bears do what the Eagles did for Jalen Hurts, you can have that same success.
And you know what? To me, it's hard for me to even. I agree with you, but it feels like it's hard for me to evaluate Fields. When's the last time we saw him drop back, evaluate the defense, and really throw some passes?
He can't. I mean, he's getting sacked every time.
That's right. He's running for a touchdown. So it's hard for me to even evaluate, like, who is this guy really as a quarterback?
But I say that when he does make those passes, he makes something happen. And that's the greatness, right? Is that you're right. He really doesn't have the time or the opportunity to really drop back and just sling the football. But he's still winning games. He's still making plays. He's still getting the job done. Now, they're obviously having a losing record. Don't get me wrong. Like this weekend, they got blew out 110%. You feel me? But you can see for him to be the most sacked quarterback in the league, and he's still making plays.
Yeah.
You understand?
And what I love about him is when they realized they were going to lose, he looked disappointed on the sidelines.
Because he's a winner.
Those small things mean something to me.
Exactly. Because he doesn't want to lose. He's giving everything he's got, but it's like he getting sacked 5-6 times in a game and he getting smacked. It's like, come on, you can only take so much. You got to protect your investment, protect your quarterback.
Let's talk about some of these vets. What do you put Dak Prescott, and what do you think of who was I just thinking about? Derek Carr. Where's Dak Prescott and Derek Carr to you?
I think Derek Carr is overrated. Not a bad quarterback. Once again, not a bad quarterback. He's a Tony Romo. He's average right there in the middle. Dak, I think he's a little bit above average, but not much. But I mean, I don't expect them to win any Super Bowls anytime soon. So, I don't think there's any greatness there. But they're average quarterbacks.
You know what's funny in the NBA and NFL? Greatness is getting old.
Yeah.
Well, it's already older.
Yeah.
You're talking about Aaron Rodgers and you're talking about Tom Brady. They're both on teams that are not doing well right now.
Agree.
So we don't know who greatness is 15, 20 years from now. Who are we going to be talking about in 2035? Who are we going to look back on and be like, oh, wow, man, that dude was tearing it up? We don't know.
I think Joey. I think we'll talk about Joey. I think we'll talk about Lamar Jackson. I think we'll talk about Josh Allen.
We don't know.
I don't. You said what?
We don't know.
We don't know. But I see greatness in those quarterbacks.
I can agree with you there. There's something different about it.
Yeah, I see greatness in those quarterbacks. So, but that's all. Like even Justin Herbert, I don't really see greatness in Justin Herbert like that.
Sometimes he looks elite, and sometimes he makes some throws or makes some decisions. I don't know what it is that he looks just okay. But whenever somebody talks about the Chargers, and I've said this over and over again, I'm gonna keep saying it. Their biggest problem is their head coach.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't until that guy gets out of there, and we get somebody probably in there. I don't know how. Then I can really start evaluating Herbert. Like so in Jacksonville, they moved everybody out. Right? They got a push broom, moved everybody out of the office, and they brought new people in. So now we know who Trevor Lawrence is. I kind of knew last year,
right?
Because Urban Meyer was throwing the ball.
Right.
So I kind of knew last year, but for everybody else who's saying, oh, well, this guy got a new offensive coordinator, I hope people just put that to bed. That's like, there's something to be said about dropping back, reading the defense, and throwing the ball. It doesn't matter who your offensive coordinator is. Now, your offensive coordinator may put you in a position they call a play, and your scrimmage, your down and distance, your hash, you're on the right or left. Maybe they shouldn't call that play.
Right.
But just being a baller is not your offense coordinator.
Right.
It's 1975. We knew who Walter Payton was.
Right.
It takes him more years to get it, but I mean, the Bears were horrible. But we still kind of knew who he was.
Well, he was right. You
Barry
saw
Sanders
greatness.
playing with the Detroit Lions, bad teams at the bad teams. Herman Moore is his only threat at wide receiver. He's still balling. So if you can really get it, Deion Sanders was on an island with the Atlanta Falcons when they were horrible, shutting it down.
Right.
If you really can get after it, people find out who you are.
Right.
So I don't know. It's just interesting to me when you listen to the hype around certain players, and you know basketball well.
Yeah.
I know football well.
Mm-hmm.
I've watched a lot of basketball.
Mm-hmm.
When you just see stuff kind of in the hobby, sometimes you're like, "Where is that coming from?" Like, what
I agree.
Hey,
and I want to say a sleeper too. I think Donovan Mitchell is going to have a tremendous year.
Okay, I believe so too, but I think it's going to be at the cost of Garland.
I think Garland's going to have to understand to take a back seat. You have to understand you got to play second fiddle.
Does he want to do that?
You got to. If you're trying to win, you got to.
Okay. But I'm telling you, I told people before, they brought in Donovan Mitchell for a reason.
Yeah.
For a reason, and Garland better get on that train.
Yeah. You ain't got no choice.
Because right now, what is Garland hurt with? Like, what's his injury?
I don't know. I forgot what the injury was. I mean, he's out, but I mean, you see the numbers, the boy.
Yeah. Yeah. But you know, Donovan Mitchell also, Donovan is notorious for getting in the playoffs and just like falling apart a little bit.
I'm not. No.
He has some better boys around him. Yeah. Not hitting the shot he needs to hit, losing the ball. Yeah. Watch all these games.
He is always. I understand what you're saying. He's definitely had key turnovers.
Mm-hmm.
I give you that, but he also has balled out. Being in Utah with nobody, he has balled out.
Well, yeah, Rudy. yeah, Rudy out, man. Have you watched Rudy Gobert with Minnesota?
I don't like Rudy Gobert.
He's Jordan. He's what was Jordan with the Clippers?
DeAndre Jordan.
He's kind of DeAndre Jordan, bro. He runs the court. They throw him some alley oops. I've seen some people dunk on him. I've seen some people out rebound him. I've seen the kid the other day from the Spurs blocked the shot. 2 guard.
That's crazy.
Like I said, this is gonna play out.
Yeah.
I think the move with Rudy Gobert, me personally, not a good move.
No, not for Utah.
Mm-mm.
I would have kept him in.
I don't think for Minnesota.
No. I think I don't understand what some of these. I mean, at the same time, we don't know what's available. We don't know the money. How much, what the budget is, and all of that. But
you know what I think it is, bro.
Yeah.
We think we're fans, right? We look
right. We think, yeah.
We want to see winning. We want to see championship. Man, who gonna get that ring?
But it's the business.
When Bradley Beal signed with the Wizards, he told us, "I don't give a damn about a ring. I want to go get paid."
Right.
And he's gonna go out and score his points, do his thing, hustle. Bradley Beal's never lazy.
No, they cut him a check.
Yeah, he's gonna do his thing. He's gonna get paid. He's got generational wealth now.
Of
so
course.
These teams are about putting butts in seats,
right?
Making sure attendance is right, making sure viewership on TV is right, making sure the TNT games, everything hitting right.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we win, maybe we don't.
Right.
That's what
I feel like at the end of the day, you got to compete. You could be a team that's average and still be very profitable. Yeah, of course. Look at the Bears. Look at the Knicks.
Jersey still selling.
Yeah, the Knicks horrible, and I think they're the richest franchise in the NBA. Like,
even you talk about the owner of the Dallas Mavericks. He said the other day what he bought the Mavericks for and what they're worth now.
Yeah,
it's bananas.
Yeah.
So what they win? 1 championship? They went to 2 finals?
Yeah.
I was sitting there the other day on YouTube. Everybody knows. There is a YouTube show that clips the last minute of every finals from 1995 to 2020.
Okay.
It's a must watch to me. It's
1995 to 2020.
Like a lot of memories, man. From Jordan all the way up to Golden State.
Totally different game, totally different style.
Totally different game. And if you're looking at it, you remember it's like totally different. Basketball has evolved so much and changed so much. It's a totally different ball game. And then the teams who won and how they were composed and what they look like, I just love watching that.
That's fire.
That's what it's all about. Phoenix said, I just redeemed a Panini Select code for Fields rookie card, numbered to 25. Crossing my fingers and hoping they don't take 5 years to get it back to me. I've heard long time on redemption.
Yeah, that's cool. I know some of those redemptions be taking forever to get redeemed.
Forever if you ever see them.
Yeah. I mean, obviously your best bet, taking the Nationals and see if they can give you Panini points. If you're tired of waiting on it by the time the next National. So you can, take it a blowout and get, cash out a little bit. So you don't feel like waiting.
That is a good recommendation.
Just an idea.
What are you gathering from the first week and a half of the NBA? Super early, but what do you think?
It's going to be a long season. It's going to be a long season. I think it's going to be some crazy trades throughout the season before the deadline. I think a lot of teams realize they got to make a lot of adjustments. I'm curious to really see what the Lakers do with Russ. I think Russ is going to be traded before the deadline.
I agree.
I wonder who they're going to get for him, though. I think that's what I want to see.
There was some talk of the guard from Charlotte.
Scary Terry.
Yeah.
I would take Scary Terry. Scary Terry's a baller.
This is going to put some points. This is going to put some points on the board.
Yeah, he's a shooter.
Yeah,
but he is a defensive liability. Well, same thing with Russ.
Oh,
Russ
yeah. Really, what he is, let's be brutally honest, is 4-on-5.
Yeah.
And that's what he is. He's not concerned at all about playing defense.
Right. I agree.
So many players today in that bucket.
Yeah.
Not
I
concerned.
agree.
Zion Williamson the other day was still backcourt on a play. Like, he's not running on that court. They threw on the ball. He got a dunk. He was still back there.
Right.
You think that guy can make it, man? You think it's Zion?
I think Zion
we talked about car shows, people making moves. We did not mention Zion.
People buying Zion. I'm still skeptical. If it's a quick flip, if it's a good deal, I'll buy Zion. I'm not really holding Zion in for the long haul. I just feel like I hate to say it, brother. I just feel like you're an accident waiting to happen, man. Like, you fragile, man. You fragile, bro.
Well, but he's taking 270 in the air.
Yeah.
In a dynamic manner and bringing 270 back down.
Right.
At some point, man.
I'm gonna give out. And I hate to say that, but it's like the way that you play is, and I say this about Ja too. It's like, bro, everything ain't got to be a dunk. Like when Zion got hurt the other day, like, bro, if you would have laid the ball up,
you
could have laid it up. It still would have been 2 points. You trying to go behind your head, and it's like you doing.
So let me ask you this question. Let's just be for real. That was a real block.
Yeah.
But if I'm playing against someone and they're all behind their head and they on ESPN, I'm gonna put a good block down.
Right. But I think that's a natural instinct when you're playing ball. If you feel like you can block the shot, you reach. You're gonna reach and try to get it. That's a natural reach and just reach.
He got all ball.
Yeah. But it's like the way that when you in the air, it that much to throw you off course. Mm-hmm. That much to throw you off course and you in the air, man. That's the last thing you want to do. That's like when I play basketball and I see somebody's airborne, man, you go ahead and get your dunk, bro. I'm not trying to touch you or nothing. I don't want to hurt you or nothing like that.
That's a good comment here. folks talking about Dwight Howard open to going to the Warriors. That'll take playing minutes away from James Wiseman. What do y'all think? What do you think about that? I got some ideas on that one.
That's cool. That's cool. Save his body.
Mm-hmm.
Save his body when it's in the playoffs. Them two starting.
Mm-hmm. To me, there's two things on this. First part is accurate. Folks talking about Dwight Howard. I don't know if the Warriors are talking about Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard did an interview the other day with Shannon Sharp where he was selling himself to a lot of different teams. Dwight Howard is still interested in playing. He was upset that he wasn't on the top 75 team, which, in my opinion, he should have been. But we'll see if the Warriors picked him up. And I believe James Wiseman was a work in progress.
Yeah.
He has a lot of skills, some stuff he needs to fine-tune on. Having a person like a Dwight Howard there, not negative to me. We got to remember, James, we just talked about earlier, and Mike and I see this. James Wiseman just turned 21 years old in March. We need to see something from him at 24, 25. Probably this year, if he could average a double-double, that would be amazing. Right?
Yeah, 15 and 10 is great.
That would be amazing. For where he is being, that would be amazing, man. So even if he did 10 and 9, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So I think a person like Dwight Howard in his ear, talking to him, being around him all the time, none but the positives in there.
I agree.
I looked up Giannis the other day. Giannis rookie year averaged 6.5 points a game.
Mm-hmm.
His third year, I think he averaged 12 or 13. His fourth year was 15. And then he started picking it up.
He started going like 25 points a game.
Yeah. Then he got up to like 29.
Mm-hmm.
So I will let people know that a big man, and I've even seen it in football now. You get a guy, oh man, in high school, we had a guy that went to Michigan before me when I went to high school. Trezell Jenkins, if anybody knows that name. He played offensive tackle with the Kansas City Chiefs. In high school, Trezell was killing people. And I knew him, so it's not like I'm telling the truth. I'm not ripping on him or anything. He was a baller, man. He was 6'7", 6'8", good feet, but he was a slenderly built guy.
Mm-hmm.
But he had good, the way his body moved, good coordination. He went to Michigan. They put some weight on him. He was better. He played well. He went to the Chiefs, just he could not make that transition. So a lot of times with big men doing something, and probably also very tall. I look at some women in the WNBA, some very tall women as well. You have to learn how to use what you have. Like the other day in the game, Bones Highland, Golden State was playing. Bones is a tricky cat, right? He's coming out. He does all kinds of stuff. So he's coming at Wiseman, and Wiseman steps out from the rim to get him. Bones hits him, foul. So Draymond immediately started talking to James, and then they asked Draymond in the postgame, "What were you talking to him about?" He said, "Well, I was telling him, man, use your length. No one on this court, probably over 6'6", is going to D up Bones.
Right.
So go to the rim, meet him at the rim.
Right.
Don't meet him out here. You're going to foul him every time."
Right.
And I think those kind of things, as a big guy, I don't think Wiseman understands that, but he will soon. He seems to be the kind of person that can take some feedback.
Yeah, of course.
At some point, he'll get that down.
Of course.
If you look at Shaq, when Shaq first came out, there was something like he never passed the ball out of the post. There was some things he never did. You look at Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan was not so much in the paint. He shot a lot of jumpers, did a lot of stuff outside. Every player evolved. I saw a clip today. Man, Ray Allen with Seattle, crossing people over, shooting jumpers, step back threes. We never saw that in Miami or Boston.
He was an old man by then.
Yeah, he was an old man.
Yeah, so, even Milwaukee. He was a dog in Milwaukee.
I agree.
Man.
Bro, in Milwaukee, he was something else.
He was a dog.
Yeah.
Yeah. But by the time he got to Boston and he got to Miami, like, you were old by then. You didn't, like, Paul Pierce was the man by then. KG was the man by then. Perk, they had Perk. Perk was the man. People sleep on Perk.
Yeah, Big Baby was decent.
Yeah, Big Baby was the man. Then you had Baby Rondo.
Mm-hmm. Young Rondo.
Yeah.
So people I bring all this up because people don't look at sometimes the evolution of a player. Jordan came in dunking on people. Jordan went to the mid range. Then Jordan went to the post. I'm gonna turn around. You never gonna block this shot,
Right.
and I'm gonna drop nets on you.
Right.
The evolution of a player. So a lot of times you have a point guard. They may come in, have to learn, like Steph, some other people that we can name. You have a real big man. They have to learn the game. They have to learn how to use their body, learn how to move around, learn how to do something.
I agree.
This is how it works, man. But a lot of people look at sports and they're in the instant, like, what is that dude doing right now? But what is he doing later?
Right.
It's really what it's all about. Like Bobo here. Joseph said Bobo's a freak. If he gets his fear of driving on Superstars, it's a wrap. You been watching Bobo, man?
A little bit. I'm watching a little bit. I think Bobo is just like same thing with Giannis. You got to get some more meat on your bones.
Yeah, he's got to get some more meat.
Yeah.
But I'm just impressed with him working on his coordination.
Yeah.
Like, he's way more coordinated now
than before.
Bruh. It's like a different dude moving around.
I agree.
That's another person getting in that body, man, understanding with that, how to move that body, getting stronger, getting more muscle tone around those big bones.
Yep.
Changes the player, man.
Agree.
It's funny how it works. Oh, I want to talk to you about the Joker. You know, I never hear about, and maybe you probably hear more than me, Joker cars. I don't hear people saying, man, I'm looking for Joker, man.
Nobody.
I don't see graphs where they show Joker cars have went up. I don't see anything like it. Why is that?
I don't know. I've said that plenty of times. Like I said, I just said he's the best big man in the league. So I have no idea why.
2 MVPs back to back, balled last year, all throughout the playoffs without anybody really on the scene with him. This is interesting.
It's interesting to me because it's him and Luka are in the same boat, but Luka has no MVPs.
But Luka's cars
are.
I'm seeing some decline, but
he's still up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I don't know. Maybe I could say market, but I feel like Dallas is one of a small team. You know, when I think big market teams, I'm thinking New York, Chicago, LA. You know what I mean? I guess you could put Dallas in there as far as a big market, I guess. But it's
someone that teams the population.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So, but I don't know. Maybe it's the market. I feel like maybe if I say this, if Joker goes to Dallas, if he ever gets traded to Dallas, I know it's something like that. His cards would go through the roof. I think, like, I personally feel that way.
What do you think about Shea, man?
I think he's a good player. Same thing we're talking about. Great. I think he's a good player. I think he's more of a bench player. I think he's more effective if he'd be a 6-man instead of a starter. You're a very good Jordan Clark, and Jordan Clark is my 6-man. So.
It's interesting how that works. Now, you know, Shea, what does he average this first week? 30-some points a game?
Which is, it's good.
It's just when I look at his game, I don't know. But it feels like it's something that's not there. But he's scoring points.
He's getting buckets, yeah. Well, I mean, who else is taking shots?
So you know what I'm talking about? Does this feel like there's something missing?
It's like Kobe. Like, yeah, Kobe, I ain't gonna say that, but Kobe averaging all those points, but it's like nobody else is taking shots but you, sir.
So an interesting thing to me is, like, we talk about shots, how many you're gonna get up. There's a lot of people at Golden State is going to understand they're gonna score less.
Yeah.
I wonder how the card market is gonna react to that. You got a young guy like Jordan Poole. He might be averaging much less than a Shea.
Yeah.
How will the market, I want to respond to that?
But I think Jordan Poole, but see, even that, like, Jordan Poole is my 6-man. You know what I mean? So
that's how he is right now with Golden State. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, I feel like they are the same player. Exactly the same player, except Shea just has a leading role. You know what I mean? But I feel like you still get the same productivity out of Poole that you do out of. I'm not saying he's averaging 30 points a night. Like, I'm not saying that. But he's coming off the bench and he's giving you straight buckets. You know what I mean? He's shooting you out the gym just like Shea. So But I think even with Poole, like I can't really see. I can see Poole getting a starting position. I don't know if you're actually a starter though.
But you know, like what you're saying, if he was on a team with less talent, he would be a starter.
Yeah,
he'd be putting up a lot of shots. He'd be scoring points.
Yeah,
it's true.
Yeah, but at the same time, when it comes to the playoffs or Shea goes against an elite talent, are you still gonna put up 30 points, my dude? Probably not.
It's just like if you look at Kevin Love back when he was in Minnesota.
Right. It's like you're the only one taking shots, bro. So yeah, if you taking 30, 40 shots, 25 shots, you should put up that many, bro. Like you should. I hope you're not jacking up 40 shots and you only hitting 10. Or you only hitting 8 shots. Like, nah, I hope you getting buckets, bro. If you're gonna jack it up. But is that successful for a team?
Mm-mm. So ESPN put up a good stat the other day, usage percentage. And they put up players who were over 47%. I can't remember exactly who's on the list. I know Luka was on there, Ja was on there. And they said the only players that have won championships over 48% usage was LeBron, Kobe, and I think Steph came in second, I think, to LeBron, but he still won a championship. Those have been only 3 players. So when we get wild by, Ja did this, ESPN highlights, where's he going? When we look at Luka holding the ball and penetrating and stopping, and where's he going?
I mean, obviously, like for example, for you to say that, I think the reason why Memphis lost in the Western Conference Finals to the Warriors is because Ja doesn't know when to be a point guard and when to be a scorer.
Speak on it.
Okay.
Speak on that, young man. I totally agree.
You have to understand when to put your team, and this is one thing I'll say about LeBron. You have to understand when to put your team in the best position. Okay, you have to know when to go to the rack, when to shoot it, when to call it, and when to off to somebody. Or you might be able to be drawing the double team and then get somebody else open because you're demanding so much. But you have to know when to do that, when to be a point guard and when to be a scorer. And I think with Ja, his issue is that he wants to be a scorer entirely too much. Because Ja is kind of the same thing with Kyrie. Like, bro, you're really a 2 guard. You're just short. That's the issue. But if Ja Morant was 6'6", 6'7", he would be, you know what I mean? He would be a 2 or a 3. He wouldn't be a point.
Yeah, he would have never been at Murray State.
Exactly. He would have been probably the first because Zion was number 1, so he would have been up there with Zion. He would have been a number 1. So
very true. I just look at these guys, man. I look at things. Looks good on Sports Center. What does it really mean, though?
Exactly. But he's still a beast.
Where do you think Golden State's going this year?
They could run it back. They have the bench and the starting 5 to run it back. I need to see where Clay is at.
Oh, why you say Clay? To me, I have many other questions. I scrutinize this team, bro.
I mean,
I have many other questions besides Clay.
I mean, everybody else is playing into what we thought they were.
Yeah, but you got JaMychal Green, new to the team. You got Wiseman playing more. You got Poole now being asked to play with the second unit and make them better. Not just come in and score, but actually make these people better. And then you have they got some other guys that come off the bench. And I think there's one other player that I'm missing. It's about how do these guys, to me, kind of maturate in the Golden State system. Because I look at that system as one that's very intricate. Where is Mike on the court? Where am I on the court? How are we getting defensive rotations? What is our transition defense like? Are we talking to each other? Like James Wiseman said in the interview the other day, I'm usually on the court and I don't talk. And Draymond told me, if you don't talk, you don't win.
Right.
So those are the things I think these guys got to pick up throughout the whole year.
Right.
I think Wiggins, because Wiggins has to learn. Everybody's being tested, bro. Wiggins has to learn now. you gotta be Klay Thompson, man. You gotta bust your ass on defense, and you
Right.
gotta come down here and hit these jumpers.
Right.
The other day against Detroit, he went 4 for 17 or something. There's no room for that, bro.
No.
You gotta learn to do more than that. You gotta do more. And I think people are looking at Klay and saying, I don't know how he did that for all these years. Now, Klay Thompson, to me, has to get his legs under him. Like, he has to learn. He's still rehabbing. So he has to get into a rotation where he can play more minutes throughout the season to get himself to the playoffs. I think he'll get there.
I got you.
To me, he's one of the, because of his history and how long he's been on the team. I know he's facing adversity right now.
Yeah.
But to me, some of these other players haven't been to the well.
Right.
So that's probably the team I scrutinize the most. Some people may think, if you're a fan of this team, what do you think? Oh man, they're about to run it back. No, that's not what I think. Like, they got a lot of work to put in. They basically have a brand new team that they got to put together to win the championship.
I agree.
And Kerr has his work cut out for him.
I think they do overall. When I look at everybody else, I feel like they have the most complete team.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So my prediction is I think they'll win again. It's going to take a lot of work.
Well, of course, it's always going to be.
There's nothing necessary. The last teams I thought, man, nobody's beating them was the 96, 97, 98 Bulls. I watch games just to have fun. I never watched a game. It could be game 5 of the season, not thinking I'm watching a championship team right now.
Right.
But these other teams, you gotta make sure you have no injuries, first of all. Hopefully no one gets hurt. They can go through the season and mature because injuries set growth back, especially some of these young guys that have come in. But I think they'll get it. It's gonna take some time. You can't lose to Charlotte and then come to Detroit and lose to Detroit. You can't do that, man. You got Jaden Ivey looking like he's Hall of Fame already. You can't do that. Cunningham out here with almost 30 points. Can't happen.
When you
What's that? What'd you say?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like when it comes to basketball, man, when you got those must-have wins, you got to do that. You got to close them out. You got to close them because, like, when it comes to the end of the season, those are going to bite you in the butt.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Like, those must-haves, like, bro, we should have won this game easy. Like, we're to the point we probably should have sat out the fourth quarter. You know what I mean? Sure. Like, you got to win those games.
Grinding to beat somebody in the 40th game of the season. Just grinding it out too. So what do you think? I mean, this is a question I've been asking people. What do you think of Cade Cunningham?
I'm not sold. I think he's a good player, but I'm not sold. Even I buy Jalen Green a lot. I've told Ralph plenty of times. I think he's a baller. I don't know. I haven't seen that winning in him yet. Mm-hmm. But the boy can ball out.
He's an offensive player.
Yeah. So
he had 14 last night. Had a poor shooting night, but he's early in his career. Some nights you can have a poor shooting night.
Yeah, but you're the guy on that team. I need more.
Who has been kind of surprising me is Smith Jr. What did he come out of?
Dennis?
Yeah, no. I don't know what he is. Forward that shoots the 3, 6'10", just came out of the draft.
Smith Jr.
Isn't his last name Smith?
You talking about Jalen Smith?
No, let me look him up here. I'm actually looking at Houston. I looked at last night.
Yeah.
Jabari Smith.
Jabari Smith. Okay.
I don't know about that guy. 6'11". 6'11" in college to shoot the 3. Didn't rebound too much at all.
Right.
That sounds like a problem to me.
I agree. You're wasting your height.
Yeah. Because you want to be a 6'6" guard shooting the 3.
You want to be KD.
Yeah.
Right.
As you're not athletic enough to be KD.
Right.
Like
KD ain't really super athletic. I'll say KD not really super athletic.
He's got that first step on you though.
He does.
Yeah.
He does.
He's gonna take that first step and leave you somewhere and you're trying to catch up.
Right.
That's his game. Then he'll pull from anywhere. So now you're going somewhere. Oh, I'm gonna pull it right here. Oh no, I'm gonna take it to the cut. Oh, I'm gonna pull it over here. Yesterday I was watching the game and he sat next to Claxton, same height.
Yeah,
there.
7 feet. Yep. Yeah. KD beast, man. KD, I love KD too.
You know his cars are dropping. Well, last time you heard somebody talking about a KD car.
They don't give KD respect.
No, I saw a graph today that his rookie refractor has dropped like 73%.
That's crazy.
Remember that was like a $50,000 card.
Card, yeah. That's crazy.
I think I forgot.
That's crazy. But I go, bro. Like I told you, my first big investment in KD that first year he was in Brooklyn. You know, and I've lost even last year. I put it right back in. I lost it.
It almost doesn't even make sense though. Is it because of his disposition? People don't think he's approachable. I mean, I don't know what it is, but it doesn't make sense for his values. Let's say, I mean, I don't know. To really drop that much is wow. Kyrie Irving, for any multitude of reasons, is dropped.
I think people just don't like Kyrie in the hobby. They just don't like him as a person. No one can dispute him as a basketball player, but people just don't like him. So KD, I don't know, maybe the whole thing about the Warriors and going, you know, switching teams, you know, maybe that's always going to be over his head. You know, some people don't really respect the 2 championships that he got. You know, I mean, at the end of the day, a champion is a champion, man, and he was an MVP in that champion. People were expecting KD to get traded. Now he's stuck with Kyrie.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Joseph. I never thought he would be moved.
Nah, you just signed him to a 4-year deal. What you mean you finna first year? Like what?
Now Michael Porter Jr. He's come out already shooting. We just got to see if he can make it through a season.
Yeah, he's injury prone. I don't think he'll make it through the season though.
Yeah, his range for that height is crazy, but he has to make it through. Like this,
I think he's got a back issue. He's got a back issue, right?
Oh, he's had 3 back surgeries.
Yeah, so it's like
it's wild out here, man. You know, that's why, you know, you take a guy like Steph who's had multiple ankle surgeries, and now he's had the career that he's had. That could have went a whole nother way.
But look at the ankle. Compare completely different.
What's that again? No, you're breaking up.
I said, see, injury to like back compared to ankles is different.
Oh, it is. Yeah, it is.
You know, 100%.
It is. And it's interesting. His brother Seth is out right now recovering from ankle surgery.
So it might be hereditary. I don't know.
Like, I like Seth's game.
Yeah.
I like his game. I think he's a good fit for a person like KD. If he can rock the point guard position for real, I mean, that could be a changer, game changer.
Yeah. Like they need a true point guard. Like I don't think Kevin Durant has ever had a true point guard.
No, he hasn't.
No,
he has not. Nope.
No. So I mean, I think that. You got for me, man?
I think we went through all our questions. Talked about Steve Nash. I still predict, I'm telling you, Brooklyn. Nothing's happening there. I think the way it looked by today, they're probably going to announce Ime by tomorrow.
You think so?
Yeah, they're about to announce this guy.
Give him the head job.
Mm-hmm. And you got to believe KD and Kyrie have already signed off on that.
Right.
They've already said, yep, he's good. And you know Boston is probably still paying this guy, so it helps them get that off their books.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I don't know how that fits though, man. Like I don't understand why Mark Jackson doesn't get a chance. I feel like there's other people that you can put in that to plug in and to be what they need. Like they need a legendary coach. Like they don't need some I guess you could say rookie coach or novelist. Like you need somebody who has that pedigree.
If you had that pedigree, would you want to coach Kyrie?
Yeah.
You would?
Yeah.
I probably want nothing to do with that job.
I would. It's like, because you know what? I'm, as a coach, it's like, look, bro, I understand you want to do your thing, but I don't think you running point is in the best position for this team.
Ooh.
Okay? Now, you already got a ring, and you had to play second fiddle when you got that ring.
Ooh.
Okay?
All true.
I'm just keeping it. I'm just keeping it above.
I don't think that guy wants to hear that.
But what you want a ring? You're already getting paid. Do you want a ring? Do you want another one? If that's the case, then we have to change up what we're doing. We got to go what works and what you want to do.
So you're trying to pull a Darwin Ham on Kyrie.
It is what it is. You don't need to have the ball in your hand majority of the time during the course of the game, brother.
Interesting.
You know, I'm just keeping it real.
I like it. I think that will be a solution to what's going on. Some people say Kyrie is a great defender. I don't know about that.
I wouldn't say great. He's good. Point guards his size, yeah, he can play great D. You know, if he's got to play defense on Steph, I would take Kyrie over Steph. You know, if he's got to play defense on Luka, I'd probably take Luka.
So let me get this right though. Steph is still not in your top 10. Am I correct? Make sure I get this right.
I wouldn't say top 10 all time. No, I can't say that. I can't say that.
Okay.
I can't say that. He's top top 20. He's in the top 20. Top 20.
Okay. Top 20.
What am I missing? What am I? I'm just saying. What am I missing? I can name 10 people better than him.
You sure about that?
Yeah.
Okay. See, CP3 is not one of them, right?
No.
Okay.
Well, are you saying top 10 players or top 10 point guards?
Top 10 players all the time.
Oh no, yeah, he's not. Yeah. I wouldn't even put CP's not even.
Okay.
No, CP don't even make top 50.
Just checking in.
Yeah.
I don't even know if he's top 75. Just checking.
See, just keeping it real. He might not be.
Right.
Yeah, but Steph is top 20. No doubt. Top 20. You changed the game, brother. Top 20. What am I missing? What am I missing?
Like, I love it, man. I love it.
What am I missing?
No, I respect it, man. I respect it.
I don't understand. What am I missing?
I just one day I think people will give Steph his roses, man.
No one's not giving him his roses, but top 10. That's a lot of people you passing up, man.
You know, Shaq said he's top 10. There's been some other people.
I mean, that's fair. Shaq can have his opinion. You can have your opinion. That's fair. 110%. That's fair. But I just feel like during the course of the NBA, I can name 10 people, probably 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 people.
Give me 6
I would rather have over.
Throw 6 or 7 out.
Okay. I would rather have Mike. I'd rather have Mike.
Oh, yeah, that's without question.
I'd rather have KD. I'd rather have Breezy.
Hold up. KD is top 10? Oh, were you serious right now?
Listen to me.
All right.
I said these are people that I would rather have.
Go ahead, Mike. Let me not interrupt. Go ahead, bro.
All right. I'd rather have KD over Curry. Okay. All right. I'd rather have Larry Bird over Curry. Okay. I'd rather have Charles Barkley over Curry. Okay. How many is that? 6? That's a 6.
6.
That's 5, 6.
Give me one more.
And we talked about him earlier. In his prime, I think I might want to have Ray in his prime.
Ray Allen?
Ray. Give me Seattle and Milwaukee Ray Ray.
You name some ballers, man. I cannot dispute that.
Matter of fact, take Ray Ray. Give me T-Mac.
Okay.
And I didn't even say D Wizzle. I didn't even say D Wade yet.
You know what I can't wait though, Mike. In the future, let me get my crystal ball out. Let me get a crystal ball. In the future, we're gonna be together somewhere.
Okay.
And you're gonna say, you know what, FD? Top 10, man.
That's a lot, man. I just feel like that's a lot.
Oh,
that's a lot.
It's coming. That's a lot more basketball we play.
Yeah. Now, I would tell you this. I think he'll play at least a dub. He'll play 20 years.
Oh, I think so. I think the way he plays is taking a lot of stress off his body.
Yeah.
I think that we forget that he may be 34, but he broke his wrist, a hand, and was out a year. So, and if you notice, when Steph was out, he took that time to change his body some.
Yeah, he got bigger.
Yeah, got a lot bigger. So I pay attention to some things. A lot of stuff when I'm watching games and watching people, and his stuff is effortless. So, barring nothing else crazy happening, because we know how sports can go. You can be great. One crazy thing can happen. Your decline can come quickly. If these young guys can pick up some of this weight, I think that's going to help people like Klay Thompson. That's going to help some of these other guys. I think what KG said today about getting some young guys to run that thing down for you, if they can get that, if Wiseman, Kuminga, people like that can step up, Moses Moody can step up. Everybody's raw right now, man. Moses Moody coming down shooting threes just because I want to shoot a three.
Right.
Kuminga is like thinking offensive first. Well, I think his strong suit from where I sit is a defensive end. But I can only imagine if I'm 19, 20 years old and I see these other guys, Trae Young, everybody else scoring.
Right.
I want to score. And I know my old school coach, Steve Kerr, is over here talking about, I want to see you on defensive end. That's how you're going to get on my court, defensive end. That probably doesn't match up to some of these guys. But I think hopefully they'll see it in the long run. Somebody asked Steph the other day, I think game 4 or so, Kuminga got 0 tick. And they asked Steph at the press conference, what would he think? What is he thinking like that? And he said, I would hope that guy's pissed off, upset, who wants to get better.
Right, of course.
And he talked about how he played behind some people starting out. This is Golden State, man. Golden State does stuff totally different.
Right.
He played behind people. Clay was playing behind Monte Ellis. And that thing
beast. Monte
Ellis came out of small school, Jackson State, did his thing. Did not want to play with Steph Curry, though. Didn't want to share that ball with Steph Curry. They got him out of town.
That would have been something nasty.
Dude, Monte Ellis, Clay, and Steph. That would have been bananas.
Man.
He could have built a career in that.
Off of them.
Role. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And now I'm thinking like after that trade or after he left, he was probably relevant for like 2 years. And
he had 1 year where he averaged 20 something, and then every year his points went down.
That's it.
Yeah, people started talking about his attitude.
Yeah.
That's just like, I can't remember his name. When LeBron came in, that was a guy with Cleveland that wanted the ball, did not want to play with LeBron. Didn't last too long. I can't remember
what that was.
Braids. I cannot remember his name. But he didn't want to play with LeBron. He wanted to be the man. There was some stuff I remember watching early games of LeBron. He wouldn't pass the ball. LeBron, he's taking the ball to the cup himself. It's not gonna work, man.
No. Nah, not when you got greatness, man. And some people got to see it, but some people know. Like Monte, like anybody that really saw Steph at Davidson, you could tell, like, okay, his kid is special.
They asked Clay the other day in Up in Smoke, when did you realize Steph was the real deal? He said, dude, watch him at Davidson.
Right.
I've never seen anybody shooting, pulling up at the mid-court logo, popping threes and hitting on that.
Smacking.
And he said when I got on the court with him, it took me a few practices and like 1 or 2 games, and I realized like this guy is the truth. The way he's just pulling and shooting the ball.
Yeah. And
Clay said that inspired him to get better.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's the same thing for like these young guys we're talking about now. Love what you collect. Good to have you here. Erica's in.
What up, E?
What's up, Philly? Yeah, don't fight greatness.
No.
Greatness, That's all we say. Embrace greatness, man.
Yeah.
And what I love about it, Steph is a small guard, right? He's gonna crack into that top 10 in a lot of people's mouths, man. It's coming. It might.
I think it's tough. Yeah.
Don't fight greatness, bro.
I feel you.
It's coming.
I feel you.
But he's got more ball to play. I think
Yeah.
this fourth championship legitimized him with some people. I thought he was top 10 before that. The fifth championship. Oh yeah, Mike. Oh yeah. But you know, Mike, I'm the kind of person, man, where I cast my fishing pole.
Yeah.
And I'm working my way back in. I don't work my way out. So I'm always thinking about, like right now, we sit here. I'm telling you, Michael Jordan is an old man.
Yeah.
Steph, KD, LeBron. They don't have too much longer, man.
I agree, yeah.
Somebody's coming, and it's gonna be more than Luka.
Yeah.
That's gonna take the torch.
Like we ain't even talk about Trae Young at all like that. Trae Young is a beast.
Well, you know, we didn't talk about Trae because I don't think much of Trae. I don't. Trae Young is an offensive threat. I give you that.
So is Steph.
But Trae is not doing too much more.
He's averaging 25 and 10. He's been averaging 25 and 10 since he's been in the league.
Let's let him get to the playoffs, sir. I want him to get to the playoffs with DeJounte Murray.
Oh, let's go.
And watch them both go home. They're both going home. Then they're going to say, are we going to ride out together? Are we going to consolidate cars? Or are we going to ride out in two different cars? But we're both going home.
I don't know. We're going to see. We're going to see.
You know you're going to ask me, Mike, some of these playoffs start.
Hey, I can't wait for the playoffs to start. I can't wait.
You really think Atlanta is putting something together down there?
I think so. I like that nucleus. You know, I'm not the biggest Capella fan, but he's a solid big man. He's a 12 and 10 all day. 12 and 10. He could probably do 15 and 10. But I'm not sold on John Collins, but he's still a great spark as a power.
I don't really care for John Collins at all.
You know, but I mean, he still gets the job done. He's still an offensive threat, still a defensive threat. You know what I mean? As far as Murray and Young, obviously they're not going to. It all depends on how far those two take the team. That is the team, but I think would they make a deep run in the playoffs? Maybe. Would they make the ship? No, but I think it's a good start because they're still young. Murray's still young. Trae Young is still young. Collins is still young. Capella is still kind of young. He's probably like 28, 29.
But you know, you get to the playoffs and you walk a guy out 6'5" and older on Trae Young.
It's over. It's over. But on the flip side of that, you got to worry about Murray as well too, though.
And nobody's worried about Murray.
You should.
I'm gonna let Murray do his thing, and then I'm gonna send him home. Yeah, he's not that player, man. You know this, Mike.
I think I'm not going to say he's a great player, but he's what Trae Young needed. You needed somebody else to take that load off of you.
I agree with that totally.
And he plays defense, so you got somebody that can. I'm not going to say he's going to drop 40, but he'll drop 25, 30 points on him.
But let me ask you this: who's the young guy with the Spurs right now? Who's balling?
Who?
Oh man, he's playing well. Let me look up the Spurs. He's number 3 with the Spurs.
Was it Jones?
Hold on, let me look him up. I'm gonna ask you a question here. I want you to watch the Spurs because I've just committed myself to watching the Spurs this season. I don't watch a lot of Spurs basketball.
Because I watched the Spurs play the Bulls the other night when DeMar hit the 20,000 points.
I mean, hold on. I got to get this answer. Let me look up Spurs roster.
I think you're talking about Jones. Something. Is it Jones?
Hold on here. Yeah, Keldon Johnson.
Keldon Johnson.
Keldon Johnson. Now, would you rather have Keldon Johnson or DeJounte Murray?
I'll be honest, I haven't watched that much of his game.
Watch Keldon Johnson, bro. Watch Keldon Johnson.
And what position is he? So the guard?
He plays small forward. He is 6'5", 220.
I can't. You know, you're talking about a point guard to a small forward. Your small forward probably the most athletic person on the court on your team.
This young man can get it, bro. He's in Pop's system, so you know he's busting his ass on defense.
Of course, and see that's why I like Murray. That's why I like Murray.
But there's a reason why. Why would Pop let Murray go?
I mean, he already had been there, 3-4 years. Nothing was really working. Same thing with DeMar. Like, DeMar was there, 3-4 years? Like 2-3 years, I think. Really nothing was happening. It's like, man, just go somewhere else, man. You know? Like, I've noticed that, you know, when it comes to the Spurs, look, if they not finna win a ring right now, they not finna hold these people for 10 years and 15 years. You know what I'm saying? Like how they did, you know what I'm saying, with TP and Manu and Tim Duncan, you know what I mean? So
we got a few comments. Gabe says, "Hey FD, how you doing today?" What's up, Gabe?
What's up, Gabe?
Mr. Timothy says Stromile Swift. I don't know what made him mention that. It's maybe something we talked about at the time, but I remember Stromile Swift. Darius Miles is who you were thinking of. No, not Darius Miles.
Shout out East St. Louis, man. Darius Miles.
Right. Yeah, when I used to live in St. Louis, met Darius Miles a few times. Real cool dude, man.
Yeah, my 8th and 7th grade gym teacher was his AAU coach.
Cool. It's funny how that works, right?
Yeah.
Chicago people talking about Darius Miles.
Mr. J.
He's a nice person, man. I have nothing but good things to say about Darius Miles.
Yeah. He didn't get a fair shot though, I feel like.
Yeah. He has some talent.
Yeah. He was in Portland, he was going crazy.
He has some talent. J Max, thanks for being here. Watch your stuff, man. Thanks for being here. What's up, gents? And he also dropped some knowledge that Steph in the top 10 is not even a hot take, it's inevitable. GFE, you know what, bro? Mike, I always respect you because you know what I like about you, Mike, is that I can mess with you.
Mm-hmm.
You come with knowledge, and if I mess with you, you stand strong on what you, and that's what I love.
Yeah,
I love that.
I'm gonna stand firm on what I believe, bro.
I know you. That's what I respect about you. GFE Sports Cards, FD speaking facts. I'm with what you're saying. And some people say I'm hard on folks. You know, I just have watched a lot of sports, seen a lot of people, and I always have the barometer of like super good to greatness.
Yeah.
Everybody that Mike named in his top 7, upper echelon players. I can't dispute any of those players. Upper echelon. Right. I always say that, and sometimes JD disagrees with me. He thinks the Kyrie shot over Steph is bigger than the Ray Allen in the corner thrown out by Bosh. I think
it was a big shot.
But I think that Ray Allen shot is one of the biggest shots in NBA history.
I think the sequence was a bigger because LeBron missed it twice. They had to get it back twice. For whatever reason, Timmy wasn't out there. I don't know why Timmy was nowhere to be found.
I still say that's why he was on the bench.
Yeah, I have no idea why that was. And then for him to get it, for Bosh to see him to get it.
Don't even know how Bosh saw him. It's almost how like Vlade tipped the ball to Robert Horry. Like, why would that ever happen?
Right.
But I'm talking about Tim would have had another ring.
Yeah.
Kawhi would have had another ring. LeBron would only have 3.
Right.
That shot changed the course of some things that Steph is still going to walk through.
Steph's still going to walk through, but LeBron only would have had 2 rings then if Kyrie hit that shot.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but I'm talking about, okay, that affected LeBron and Kyrie. I guess in Steph. But I'm thinking about
Steph would have 5.
I'm thinking
if
about
Kyrie missed that shot, Steph would have 5 rings.
So you think that's a bigger shot?
For Kyrie?
No.
Overall, no. Overall, do I think that's a bigger shot? I think that's a bigger shot. I think the actual shot is bigger. The shot is bigger.
What about the ramification? What about the ripple when you throw that pebble in the water? What about that ripple effect? You know that thing leaned towards, right? You know that. That thing had a ripple, bro. I was watching that game that night. I couldn't believe he hit that shot. That was a hell of a shot, bro. You got Tony Parker and Kawhi running at you, nothing but the bottom of the net. And I still don't even know how Bosh saw him.
And you got Kyrie for the game. LeBron said, "Hey, young boy."
You know the biggest thing on that though, even Clay talked about this with Up in Smoke, where him and Steph switched.
Yeah,
because Clay was on him first.
Yeah. You want to know why? You want to know why?
Why is that?
Because exactly what happened. That's why.
Oh, really? Really?
That's the reason. The reason you took a 6'7" shooting guard and put him on a 6-foot point guard is because Kyrie was busting Steph ass. Kyrie, hold on, wait. Kyrie would have 3 rings if he didn't blow his knee out that first one. Because he was giving Steph the business.
Oh, Mike, you know if in sports, bro.
He was giving Steph the business.
Sports, man.
He was giving Steph the business and then came back and said, "Hey, Steph, my knee is A1 now. As soon as LeBron dropped 40, I'm gonna drop 40 right with him." And then LeBron said, "You know what, young boy? I'm tired."
You know what I love to see? I love to see Brooklyn get to the finals. I can't even wait to the regular season. They got to play each other this season. Can't wait to see it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We'll see.
What else we got here? Trae Young is tough, underrated, and underappreciated.
110%. 110%.
He's definitely underappreciated by me.
Yeah.
I'm underappreciated.
He's a beast, bro. The boy is a beast. We actually, me and my girl, we're going to the Utah game next Wednesday.
Oh, it's going to be a good game.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's a good game.
Can't wait.
Mike, what's your girlfriend's name?
Blake.
Tell Blake we said what's up.
She could probably hear you. She's in the other room.
Always. Tell Blake we said what's up. We support, bro. We support all of our people, man.
Always.
Because it's all important. Actually, tomorrow, which is interesting, April and I are going to be on Cousin Collectibles for a little bit. They asked April to come on.
That's
so
dope.
We're going to get on and have some fun. It's going to be fun.
That's fine. I think when you could take your spouse and put them into what you got going on, I think that's beautiful.
To me, I think that's the only way to roll, bro. Because other than that, and like I have children, like getting Junior involved, and like I don't know any other way of doing that.
Yeah.
Because if not, then I'm alienating him, or I'm alienating April, and and without support of our people, what will we do?
Exactly.
That's what it's at. So I give nothing but shout outs. We got Joseph saying Vassal. No, not Vassal. Vassal's been doing well. Was Andelin Veritel you are thinking of, FD? No, not
Veritel. About Larry Hughes?
No, well, Larry, maybe I did meet Larry Hughes too. Another cool guy. Larry Hughes could play some ball. Goldman's got Darius Miles. I missed his top 7. Who was his top 5? They want you to go back through this.
Top 5. I mean, it's still in 5 to 6 players I feel like are better than Stephen Curry. So I said, what did I say?
You said
I said KD, T-Mac, D-Wade,
Charles Barkley.
Who else did I say?
Chuck Barkley.
Said Barkley. Did I say? I said Larry Bird. Larry Bird. And I haven't even mentioned no big man. I didn't say Shaq. I didn't say Hakeem. You know what I mean? I didn't say Timmy. Like, it's a lot of players I'd rather have.
Think about what you're naming, the average height of who you're naming.
Yeah, the 6. I'd probably say like 6'5", 6'6", 6'7", 6'8"ish.
That's why Steph breaks the mold, man.
And I give you that.
Steph breaks the mold. But Steph is so futuristic in what he does that people thought it would never happen.
110%, bro. Like I said, he changed the game. But I'd rather take 25 and 11 or 25 and 12 from Larry Bird or from Charles Barkley all instead of just taking 25. Yeah.
My top 10, Steph kicked Larry Bird out, right?
I think you did tell me that we was in when you sent me the list.
You?
But Larry was up in
you
there
talk
though.
about Larry Legend. To me, is the best
Larry Legend. Yeah.
nickname for him because he's 33rd all time on the scoring list,
Which is crazy.
There's a lot of aura around Larry Bird. He played most of his career with a hurt back. You talking about another guy with a hurt back? Played
And he
most
averaged
of
a double-double.
Yeah.
But like Larry was playing. I think he averaged like 25, 12, and like 8. Like
just play fewer games.
Yeah. With a hurt, like, come on, man. Like I said, man.
But I can't take anything away from him because you're naming legendary players.
Yeah.
But for a guy who come in 6'2", 6'3", 6'3", dominant.
You know, he about 5'11". Curry about 5'11", 6 foot.
Just pulling.
He about
What's
5'11",
up,
6 foot.
Good to have Joe here. What's up, Joe?
What up, Joey?
Joe, we gotta catch up, man. Have some conversations, man. So it's good talking to you. Joseph has a question. Does Leonard leave the Spurs with that ring that Allen took away from him? Good. I have to tell you this: when the Spurs used to play the Miami Heat, if you remember, Kawhi Leonard was playing defense on LeBron.
Yeah, he had to. Yeah, he had to. Young Curry. I mean, young.
Oh, April's here. April says, "Hey, FD, what's up, Mike?"
Hey, what's up, April? How you doing?
Oh yeah, pretty soon, Junior try to throw some shouts out there.
That's what's up.
Oh, see, here we go. This is Junior. Yeah.
You gotta love it, man.
He cracks me. The young man definitely has a personality, bro.
That's what's up.
Yeah, I hear him outside the door. He definitely has a personality. Yeah, one day we're going to do a live with Junior. That dude just cracks me up.
That's fire.
But Mike, you know it's always good having you here, man. I know you go. When are you leaving for Dallas?
Leaving Thursday morning.
Okay. And for you, do you drive there or you fly there?
Man, I'm not driving. Flying.
Okay.
I can't get that drive. I used to drive to Chicago, man, like once or twice a month. I'm done with that.
From Atlanta?
Yeah, I used to drive from Atlanta to Chicago. So, that's like 13, 14. So anything over like 3.5, 4, I'm good.
I don't blame you, Mike. I'm in that point of my life as well. I drove from LA to Atlanta 2 years ago.
Sure.
September 2020.
I know that was hard.
That was a drive. I drove by myself.
Man.
I've told you this story?
No.
So Hank Aaron signing autographs, bro. This is before Rolling with FD started. I've always been a collector, though. So Hank Aaron signing autographs, and I had talked to the promoter of the show that I wanted to get something signed by him. And I know an artist in the Bay Area, so I got a 6 foot by 5 foot painting name. Let's see if I can find a picture of it. I drove that. I got a cargo van, bro, and I drove that from LA to Atlanta. Now the kicker was when I got in the truck, they kept telling me, well, Mr. Aaron at his age, she changes his signing dates all the time. So he may change a week of. So you may get in a car and drive here, and he may change to the next week, next month. I said, well, let me take that risk on. Right? Dudes were kind of blown away who was doing the sign. So I got in the truck on Saturday morning, got to Atlanta on Tuesday night. Turned the painting in on Wednesday, picked it up on Wednesday afternoon. Hank Aaron sign 6 feet by 5 feet, bro. Let me see if I can find a picture of it right quick, Mike.
That's fine.
Bruh, that trip was I had to push through. It took a lot for me to make that trip.
And to go back, that's the thing, to get there, but to go back.
Yeah, it was rough. It was a lot. See if I can find this right quick, show you what's up.
That's crazy.
It was then Mr. Aaron passed away the next year. It was a good trip, man. It was worthwhile. Something you think about. Sometimes I get a idea in my head and I just want to push through. Well, when you get about 15 hours, bro, you get 16 hours on the road, and all you see is more road.
Yeah. That's called dedication, man. You wanted that. You wanted that sign bad.
Yeah. Yeah. Hold on, let me find this right quick.
And that's crazy. You said by yourself. Did you stop anywhere or?
Oh, I stopped several places. Some nights, man, I even slept in the van, bro.
Oh man.
I was road tripping, bro. I stopped in Amarillo, Texas. I stopped in Flagstaff on the way. I pushed through Oklahoma City. I stopped in Little Rock, Arkansas. And what's cool about it is I had friends along the way that I talked to that, kind of talked me through, gave me some. It was almost like somebody was in the car with me.
Yeah.
They talked me through almost every inch of that trip to make the trip. Here we go. See if I got it. Well, this is the painting. Let me see here. Then there's another picture of it. Sign. Oh, yeah, this is the painting sign.
That's fine. You say somebody in the Bay painted that.
Yeah. Artist in the Bay.
That's fine.
It's something I was always looking at. And I pay close attention to things. And if you notice in this painting, his front foot is up. Front foot is off the ground. And you watch Hank Aaron hit home runs. It's unorthodox because he always raised his front foot and then lowered it to swing. Which they would never teach someone to do that. This is how you learn how to hit.
Yeah.
So I told the artist to make sure his front foot was off the ground.
That's right.
Then he emphasized, if you look at the back, there's darkness behind him, right?
Yeah.
And there's light in front. Darkness representing hatred, racism, things he went through. And he's swinging into the light. His freedom, his peace, his joy. He broke his foot off in this, man.
That's fine.
Yeah, when he showed me this, I was taken back.
You gotta sign it.
Yeah, bro. I wrote a note. I took some a painter's tape and wrote him a note in Sharpie about where I came from, what this meant to me, who my father was.
Yeah.
My father introduced me to Hank Aaron. Because when I came through, when Hank was breaking a record, man, I was like being born. So I never really saw him. Dusty Baker was on deck, but I never really saw this guy play.
Right.
So my father broke a lot of stuff down to me about him and grew up a fan of his when he was like 13, 14 years old.
That's
so dope. I told him all that on the painting. But dude, that drive is real, man.
But that's the story, though, right? That's the story. That's the passion and dedication of this. It wasn't like it's a story behind why you had to go have him sign it.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? Like that whole explanation is beautiful, bro. Like that's what the hobby, that's what we live for.
I agree.
You know what I mean? Like that's the love and the passion. You know what I mean? Like that's a fire story, man. That's dope.
And you know the way I operate, man. Like if I buy a car from you, I don't forget that.
Yeah.
If I'm going through storage and I pick up a car, and if I have a personal connection with that person, or if I know them, there's always a story that comes up. Like sometimes with G, I'll start telling them some stories about some stuff.
Yeah.
And that's what, to me, the hobby, that's what I got introduced to. That's really what it's all about.
Right.
That's the joy, man. Mike, you appreciate it, bro.
I appreciate you, brother.
Always. I like the way you trailblazing. You, Raphael, Wiz, trailblazing. Getting out and seeing. You all see stuff that I don't get a chance to see. I aspire to see one day. That's why I always try to pick your brain and see what you're thinking. What do you see out there? Because you have a perspective that's rare. And then, there are other people, Mojo, there are other people that make rounds and see a bunch of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I always ask questions to you when I see you about, like, what are you seeing? What are some trends you're seeing? Because you have a unique perspective, man. And I think you all know that. It's a very unique perspective to see most of America in big markets and go to a card show.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty huge, bro.
I appreciate it, brother.
Oh yeah. Well, I hope you have a safe trip, man. I'll be in contact with you about the next time we get on.
For sure.
I know the Dallas show will be nothing but fire.
Yeah.
You know
Check
now.
the social media, man. I'm gonna do a reel. I've been doing reels after every big show.
Yeah, you do your thing. You do your
I've been doing reels. So this weekend, man, I can't wait. I can't wait to see what I'm gonna see and what I'm gonna pick up, what I'm gonna keep, what I might sell, might hold, whatever. The trades, like Dallas is always epic, man. Always has, always will be.
If you see any James Wiseman, I'll let me know.
You see the James Wiseman Ralph picked up, the number 33 contenders, PSA 10.
Is it on his Instagram?
It should be. It should be. He picked that up. So I mean, and I told him, I know you PC Wiseman. I mean, it's jersey number 33 out of 33. So something you might be interested in.
That's wild. That's a nice card. So James says, "Hey guys, what's your best signing card show story, ups downs that you've ever had?"
Best signings card show.
Card show. I don't have too many downs.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I can't really say I've had like a down show. I may not have had a show where it was the greatest of shows, but I haven't really had like a down show where I was like, man, I didn't make anything, I didn't buy anything, I didn't trade, I did absolutely nothing. I've never had a show like that personally.
Yeah, I've had some signings where you may get up and somebody may tell you, I'm not signing that. But I don't get bummed out on that stuff, man. I mean, that doesn't. Like I went to a Deion Sanders signing one time. This was well before he was coaching at Jackson State.
Yeah,
and I had something. He said he wasn't signing. I was like, okay, Mr. Sanders. I think he still thought I was going to start having a conversation. It was over with for me. I'm not
right. We're going back and forth for.
Yeah, it's not an argument.
No.
So I don't get. I think because too I played sports. I just tell people all the time. We're fans of this.
Mm-hmm.
Most athletes don't really think about this. So when you start talking about autographs and we talk about autograph grading on cars and why did he sign here? Why is Ant-Man left justified all the time? They're not thinking about that. They're not, why is he off sticker? They're not worried about that. They probably don't even know if it's off sticker, what it really means. I'm just here to sign.
He just sign it and keep going to the next one.
Yeah, they're getting paid so much money per hour to be there or so many autographs, then they're out.
Right.
It's the same way in person. They're getting signed. They're signed for a particular time frame. Now, the old school guys will stick around. They may get, they may sign for an hour and a half. They may stick around for 2.5. I remember one time I went to the Bay Area in 2014, somewhere around there, and got Barry Bonds' autograph. Barry Bonds signed. This is right across the street from Levi. This is before Levi Stadium opened. It was finished right before it opened. He signed, man, for probably 9 hours. He took his time. He talked to everybody. He gave me just as much time he gave Mike, the person behind us. He got up and stretched a couple of times, like full stretching. Got up and got water, sat back down, kept signing. He gave everybody a personal. So can you knock the guy because he gave everybody a personal touch? You really can't knock him.
Not at all.
So I just kicked back and let Mr. Bonds handle his business. When I got up there, he took time with me. He thanked me for being there. And he was exceptional, man. That's why when people say something about Barry Bonds, I'm like, that's not the guy I met.
Right. No, I feel that 100%, bro.
So
I feel that 100%.
That's how it is. We got one more here. Santa Clara Convention Center. Sorry what Bonds. Yeah, that's what it was. Phoenix Rising. That was the deal. J Max. I got Cam to sign a mini helmet in 2016 after the 2015 season at training camp. I got pinned on the fence by a mob of people. It was wild. Got Cam and Luke on that helmet. One of my most prized possessions, especially Luke Kuechly didn't play too long.
No, he was a beast though.
He was.
He was injury prone.
Just an undersized guy, man, bringing the pain.
Yeah. Yeah, he was a beast though.
Yeah, he was. Adds up. Mike, I appreciate you, bro.
I appreciate
you. Have a safe trip
man.
to Dallas. Wish you all nothing but the best. You, Rob, Wiz, nothing but the best out there, man. I did see this. I did see Raphael's contenders here.
You see it?
33 out of 33. Yeah, I see it.
Yeah.
a few cars for sale.
You gotta love it, man.
I love it,
man. Hey, man,
bro,
shout out Prism God. Shout out FD. Shout out Wiz, man. I love y'all, man. FD, I appreciate the love. I appreciate the opportunity, man. I appreciate the conversation. I appreciate the energy. I always embrace the warmth, man. It's nothing but love, bro. Anytime you want to get on a chat, you just want to, you know what I'm saying, kick it, you know what I'm saying, when we on IG going back and forth, sending each other stuff, man. You know, I love it, man. I love it. Appreciate you so much, brother.
And for you all out there, you know Mike will be back very soon. This
Yes,
is going to
sir.
be a month of the game, so he will be back in about 3-4 weeks.
Yes,
and
sir.
then
We got some more to talk about. We're gonna see. We're gonna see where everybody at in 3-4 weeks.
Remember, I'm in my crystal ball. You know it's coming.
Yeah, we're gonna see.
It's coming, baby.
We're gonna see.
Bro, you have a good one.
You too, brother.
All right,
love.
Bye-bye. Number love.
All right.